What is going on, guys? Matt Downs with Daily Grind Fantasy Sports to help give you the edge for this NBA 6-game slate. A lot smaller than yesterday's. Cannot wait to break it down. If you guys are brand new to this channel, we provide both free and paid content for all daily fantasy sports across all sports. If you could please show your support by hitting that subscribe button, notification bell, and of course smashing that like button for all of our future NBA content. If you would like to know more about becoming a better DFS player and taking down that big GBP, head over to www.patreon.com/DGFantasy for more information. If you guys want to be entered into the $25 giveaway that we do every single Friday on our live stream, please like, subscribe, and also comment your favorite GBP play for this slate. On Patreon, we give advanced cheat sheets for all DFS sports on DraftKings. These cheat sheets include updated projections, ownership, and our overall favorite plays from slate to slate. We take it a step further by teaching you how to play fantasy sports like a shark, by showing you where the best leverage spots are to put you in the best spots to take down tourneys. Also included is our private Discord chat where you get to talk over the slate with everyone, including our coaches, to help build your lineups. And now let's go ahead and dive right into this NBA 6-game slate. First, you guys know we have to go over some Patreon success here. We had a lot of success last night, specifically on NBA. This person knows exactly what he's doing here. $5 turned into $13, a 3-man contest, something we always preach. If you guys haven't given our DFS 101 playlist a watch, feel free to go ahead and navigate through that playlist. Ton of strategy and information when it comes to DFS 101 and how to approach every single contest, how to approach every single night, manage your bankroll, etc. So a lot of free information on our YouTube channel. This guy utilized it to perfection. Small GBP, big GBP, and as you can see, different lineups, so different lineup construction here. Fantastic job from Zach. We had another takedown here on SuperDraft, a 5-person contest, turned $5 into $15 over there and tripled up his money. SuperDraft, if you guys haven't signed up for SuperDraft, what are you doing? A ton of free money over there, a lot of overlay, a lot of rake-free contests. It just in general is a money-making DFS platform as of right now. Not as popular as FANDUEL and DraftKings, and that's the reason for it. If you guys want to enter SuperDraft, if you guys want to sign up for SuperDraft, feel free to enter the link below in the description. A 50% match up to $500. I kid you not, guys, and we give away free plays every single day on our live stream. Feel free to sign up today, and you guys get a 50% match up to $500 over there. And look, another SuperDraft takedown here. $295 won over there. We had, looks like the same exact guy, another takedown, $687.52. And then, of course, following the sheet to perfection, two small 5-man takedowns, also a 594-person medium takedown with leverage. I believe he entered in the Miami stack. Yeah, Miami. Burns, going against Burns was definitely leverage. All these guys 2% owned, 6%, 3%, 1% was actually higher than I thought they would be. Miami, virtually no ownership still. And then, of course, some takedowns over there. So utilizing our leverage sheet to the perfection, $20 a month gets you access to all of that. And look at that. There's a little screen share in the bottom right. Let me get rid of that real quick. Utilizing our leverage sheet to perfection, guys. $20 a month gives you access to all our favorite cash plays, GPP plays, and our leverage sheets for every single major sport, MLB, NBA, esports, less than $1 a day. Can't beat that value. If you guys want to head over, also the link is in the description for our Patreon. But now let's focus on this NBA slate. We have a 6-gamer. We have a lot of pending injury news right now, so it's going to be hard to navigate, what direction we're going to go as of right now. But we have some good value plays, some solidified injury news, so we will be going through our favorite plays as of right now. First game to cover is OKC versus Boston. We have Dort questionable. That will shake up things. We have Deck. We have SGA. Hall and Muscala officially out for them with Boston. Reggie Williams is technically questionable. Tatum is officially out, and same thing with Kemba Walker. So a lot of solidified news there, and we will be focusing on the Boston Celtics here to start, hence why Jaylen Brown is our thumbnail option there. With Portland, we have Collins out. Officially, nothing really impacts that picture. And then with Indiana, huge pending injury news here. Goga is questionable. If he plays, he's a fantastic play. If he does not, then there's also some other plays we have to focus on in Indiana. Jeremy Lamb is technically questionable. Sabonis is out. Miles Turner is out. With Milwaukee, nothing really going on there. PJ Tucker with his .33 fantasy points per minute, nothing impacting that picture. With Charlotte, we have Malik Monk, Lonzo Ball, and Gordon Hayward out. They've been out for a while. Brooklyn, we have Brown, Chioza, Claxton, Harden, and Johnson out. There is some value there in Brooklyn, but not as much as what we're used to, with Durant being back and playing about 29 minutes a night. With Toronto, we have Boucher officially out. Nothing really impacting that picture. Minnesota, we have Beasley out. And then with Houston, we have Augustine, Brown, Gordon, Nwaba out. And unfortunately, John Wall's out for the season. So yes, there is some Houston value there in a pace-up spot. And then last but not least, with Dallas, we have Porzingis, Redick, Richardson, and Terry. Says they're out, but Porzingis didn't play last night. He's questionable tonight. Don't know why he's showing doubtful for today, because we actually don't know what his status is going to be. But you can assume if Porzingis is out, then yes, guys like Doncic, guys like Hardaway are going to be a fantastic spot there. With Golden State, Bazemore, Damian Lee, and Pascal out. Nothing really going on there, but there's some value to hone in on in Golden State. All right, and now let's switch over to the board. Taking all that injury news into consideration, we are going to start out with Indiana. Indiana has a huge question mark, and that is with Goga. And if he is playing, he is the best play on the slate. Only projected 25 minutes, but it doesn't matter because he averages 1.22 fantasy points per minute with all the injuries off the court. Talking about Sabonis, Miles Turner, and Jeremy Lamb. If those guys are off the court, fantastic play. He comes out to a 7.6 point per dollar value. You can go ahead and lock him in, and he's also in a pace-up spot here versus Portland. Keep in mind, all these players are going to be in the pace-up spot, so I really like all these guys in terms of value. High upside. When anybody's playing Portland, usually have a higher over-under. They are the highest over-under on the slate right now at a 236.5, excuse me, round up to a 237. But nonetheless, fantastic plays all the way around. We have Malcolm Brogdon next in line, 8.8K. I wouldn't let that scare you away, just because he is the only offensive option here on this team. As of right now, 1.35 fantasy points per minute. So that's comparable to like a Kyrie when he's playing with James Harden and Kevin Durant. And if you think about 8.8K for a Kyrie Irving with those guys playing, definitely still underpriced in a pace-up spot. So I do like Malcolm Brogdon. Sumner's next in line in a 5.2 point per dollar value. Not that big of a fan of him just because he's only projected 26 minutes. But if Goga and Lamb are added to the injury report, yes, we're going to hone in on guys like Sumner. We're going to hone in on guys like Brissett, however you want to pronounce his last name, and also guys like Jakar Sampson if he plays any minutes whatsoever, because whenever he plays minutes, 27 minutes he played last contest and ended up with 20.75 points and smash value. Yes, Jakar Sampson is trash, but guys, listen, if he's playing minutes, he's going to be on the court, pace-up spot, not that bad of an option there for Indiana, and a good spot here versus Portland. Switching over to the next team I want to talk about, because they are without Jason Tatum. I'm talking about the Boston Celtics and basically just Jaylen Brown, because Jaylen Brown averaging 1.34 fantasy points per minute. So him and Brogdon, the exact same guy, fantasy point per minute wise. Love him here. Garnering a 37.7% usage rate. Crazy, crazy, crazy. He is that entire team. Talking next on the list here is going to actually be Jabari Parker in 10 minutes of sample size, so take that with a grain of salt. Obviously, throw that out the window. Evan Fournier, not that bad of an option, but he was a bit of a disappointing addition so far to the Boston Celtics on only 20 minutes of sample size, but not that good of a shooting performance from Evan Fournier since he's been added to Boston Celtics. But if there's going to be a game where he's going to have a ceiling, it's going to be in this contest. It has to be, because he has to shoot tonight. And then Marcus Smart, 0.92 fantasy points per minute. It doesn't really change there without Jason Tatum, just because Marcus Smart isn't really that offensive oriented, but still not that bad of an option. Jaylen Brown, 36 minutes. We have him pinned right now for 48.24 points. Love him here in the spot. 5.7 point per dollar value. I really do like him here in this contest. 8.4K seems like a higher price tag, but they're still projected to score 113 points here in this over-under. They're a 10-point favorite, so there is some blowout potential. I wouldn't let that scare you against OKC. They should dominate, and if they do dominate, it's going to be because of Jaylen Brown and possibly guys like Evan Fournier and Marcus Smart. The rest of these guys fall by the wayside, just GPP options for me. Guys like Tristan Thompson got a huge price increase to 5.4K. Not that big of a fan of these guys, but this team does benefit without Jason Tatum as a whole. And that being said, only Jaylen Brown cash viable from this team. And then last but not least, I want to talk about the Houston Rockets. I was about to call them the Houston Texans, but they are in a good pace-up spot here versus Minnesota. They are 1-point underdogs at home, so this should be a competitive matchup between two trash bag teams. There's only two guys I really want to talk about, Kevin Porter and Christian Wood. They are going to be the offense here going against Minnesota. Kevin Porter came down in price, 6.5K. I don't know why he came down in the price tag. 1.14 fantasy points per minute is definitely pretty respectful here in this matchup. I do like him Again, high ceiling, 115 points, and that price tag is very intriguing since coming down. Christian Wood also should be this offense. He's only averaging 1.1 fantasy points per minute without all these guys off the court. Talking about mainly John Wall, when you take him off the court, really doesn't do too much to Christian Wood, but we know with history and a good matchup here versus Minnesota, he should have a decent game. Deshaun Tate, Kelly Olynyk, Amari Brooks, you can add them into the mix of GBP options, but not really that high upside from the rest of these guys. Houston Rockets as a whole really aren't that good of a team. It's going to be Kevin Porter, my favorite option as cash. Jaylen Brown's going to be another great play, and Goga if he does play. Those are my cash locks. Taking a look at these other GBP options around the league here, Brooklyn still playing without James Harden. They're playing without the full minutes of Kevin Durant. So guys like Kyrie Irving, if you want to take a stab at, DeAndre Jordan doesn't show too bad. Only playing 23 projected minutes right now. It really depends on how many minutes Kevin Durant's going to actually get. But he still rates pretty well on their sheet. The best value play on this team, 5.9 point per dollar value. I don't mind him. And they're projected to score almost 120 points tonight versus the Toronto Raptors. So one of the highest scoring teams here on the slate. That being said, I also do like Portland since they're another team that's going to be that's going to fly under the radar in terms of ownership. They're projected to score a lot of points, 121, so one more point there than the Brooklyn Nets. I love Damian Lillard in this spot. Came down in price tag, 9.1K. Should have a pretty good potential to get a ceiling game in this contest, a 5.4 point per dollar value there. And I also do like Nurkic, projected in 29 minutes, averaging 1.24 fantasy points per minute on the season. Seems undervalued. Seems like he could potentially have another ceiling game, and those are going to be my two favorite options there from Portland. And that will end this breakdown, guys. Hopefully you did enjoy this breakdown. If you did, please do hit that subscription button, notification bell, and of course smash that like button for all of our future NBA content. With all that being said, have a great rest of your day. Let's cash.